Hey there, got another client interview for everyone today. We have Addy, who is working in the gym niche in the UK. Addy, give me a really quick rundown of what it is you do, and just obviously I know it's gym space in the UK, but just give me a quick overview of what it is that you guys do for your agency.
Yeah, sure. So, yeah, just like you said, we run ads and we actually sell for gym owners in the UK as well. That's been the new service I've had, especially since I've joined CCM. Right now, we've got about 6 to 8 clients consistently. And yeah, that's where we are.
Yeah, cool, man. Love that, dude. And so before joining CCM, give me a run through of like what the day to day was looking like. Were you calling leads? Were you just expecting the clients to do the calling? Like, what? How was it all working?
Sure. So, actually, before CCM, I didn't even deal with the appointment setting stuff, which I know is quite different from the other people. So before CCM, I was just literally just doing lead generation, and then the clients would call the leads. Obviously, as you know, half of them would say they've called them. They didn't really call them. They'd, blame me for the results, and then I'd lose clients after the first month-ish. And that was the sort of situation. I had like one or two clients, um, give or take, every single month.
And so you had automation set up. You were texting leads and stuff, right? You just weren't doing the calling.
No, they just do the follow-up. I had
They just did
some basic
everything.
autom Yeah, I had some basic automation set up, but for the most part, they did the follow-up.
Huh. Okay, cool. Awesome. That makes sense. And so what was the bit where what was the activation point for actually booking a call with my team and getting involved in CCM?
Well, I mean, I always knew that I didn't want to just do leads. I wanted to actually sell for the gym owner. I felt like that was the final, the level, the final version of the agency. Um, and obviously, I'm actually part of another community run by Sam Darby, and you actually came in and did this workshop,
Hmm.
and I was like, man, this guy knows his stuff. Um,
I
and
try.
then I messaged one of the other people in the group as well, Luke, who's also doing gyms in the UK. And also combining that with the fact that you worked or you work with Gym Launch, I was like, it's a no-brainer. So I was like, okay, you know what? And initially I got on the call. I wasn't even planning to buy. I just wanted to sort of know the price. So I knew I wanted to buy it, but I just wanted to save up and then buy it. But obviously I went in. So
Yeah, man, it's a great, good decision. Like some people put it off, but really, like you've got to get it. You just got to get in and just get it sorted. So you said you always knew you wanted to do the calling. Was there a particular moment where your client was like kicking off about leads not being followed up with, or maybe they said they didn't want to follow up with leads, or was there a particular moment where you were like, okay, this is the point where now I'm going to do it, or was it just a generic at one point you wanted to do it?
yeah, it was this point when I actually started tracking client results, like how many leads are coming and how many sales they're making.
Ah,
And it was always like I mean, there was this one client who was doing really good. And then other than him, who I've still got him on, but other than him, every other client I brought on for the most part, like their conversion rate was below 10%. But for him, it was like 25, 30%. So I was obviously surprised, but I asked him and I couldn't really find out what he was doing differently until he told me that he actually hired someone for his gym to like sit and call the leads. So that's when I realized, okay, it's actually super important for someone to like call the leads on time. And so that's when I realized, okay, either I need to be doing it or I need to hire someone as quick as possible to get that sorted and
yeah.
sell.
Oh, dude, that's great. I love that. Yeah, it's a lot of time. It's like it's one of the things where everyone knows that they should be doing it, but when you finally have a client that does it, and then you see their results like triple everyone else's, you're like, ah, shit, I really should do it. It's like I really should get this locked in. Yeah, that's great. I love that. And bef I know when you first jumped on the call, you weren't really planning to buy. You were just wanting to save up for it. Did you have any kind of fears or worries about joining before you joined? Like, were you worried it wasn't going to be worth it or anything like that?
No, I 100% knew it was going to be worth it. My only sort of fear was because obviously I don't want to just join at a certain cost and then just rip you off and then leave midway. So my only fear was the fact that what if I can't pay this back in time? Because obviously it's definitely a significant investment. And back then, I not only had not had that much money in my account, but I've also never even made that much money in my life. So I was just like, man, I have no idea how I'm going to do it. But it was just that belief of like, I think because in my space in the UK, there's two big agencies, and both of them don't call their leads. And all of the gym owners I've spoken to, when I get on the phone with them, they're like, "Oh, do you also call the leads?" And when I did say no, they're like, "Oh, okay, I don't want it." So I knew there was, there was inherently some sort of need for it. So I just sort of took a bet and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna buy the course and whatever the course says, I'm gonna do it and I'm gonna sell that and I'm gonna use that to pay for the course, which is obviously super risky. But I just obviously went ahead with it and obviously I'm happy I did.
Yeah, dude, it's so good you said that. Like a lot of same. It was the same with Luke. Like Luke you mentioned earlier.
Yeah,
Like he had like I don't know how much money he had left in his bank account, but he didn't have a lot of money, and he was like, "I'm just going to put the money in and then just go all out on it." And it's a really good model when you've got a product that actually works. The beautiful thing is you can do very no-brainer payment plans, right? Um, And I know that people, even if it's all their money they've got right now for the first payment, I know that if they go through the program and they build it out, they're going to make more money the next month and they can use that money to continue paying the pay. And that's honestly what Gym Launch did as well. When Gym Launch sell their like 40K a year gym licensing model, I think they were doing something like $1,000 down. All you have to do is pay $1,000. And you can get access to everything, and they knew that you'd make money to continue paying the 3 grand a month or whatever it is for the
yeah.
thing. Um, but yeah, so yeah, it's actually a really cool model, and I'm so glad you mentioned the sales side of things because that's the thing about CCM. Everyone thinks about we're going to get better results for our clients, retain clients longer, which is great. Like that's all very, it's all true. But you mentioned a really key point, which is a lot of your clients, even on the sales side of things, on the front end, if you tell them, hey, look, we're going to phone the leads for you as well, it makes your offer way more valuable to the point where you're going to get a higher close rate, especially if the biggest competitors in your space aren't calling leads, becomes pretty easy,
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I'd say most of the gym owners. Can I just add one thing, which is,
Yeah, please, please, please.
yeah, I would say the first thing was most of the gym owners I talked to, they've obviously been running ads for a while, and so before they get 10 leads, they'd call eight of them would pick up. This was back like 5 6 years ago, when it would absolutely crush. But now, because they've got more busy, they just don't call up the leads. And so most of the gyms, that conversion rate's like 15%. So
Mm.
that they know the value in that service and because no one else is doing it. And honestly, I'm kind of glad I took that leap. It was obviously a risky one. I talked to my family and my partner and stuff. I was like, I'm not sure how I can pay for this. Aaron's a nice guy. I don't want to rip him off, but like also I'm not sure how I can pay for it. But I'm so glad I did because I would say up until that point, especially because I was at uni as well, I was honestly super chill with it. Like I just kind of do some stuff for a client. Like I wasn't serious about it. Do you know what I mean? Like I didn't do anything seriously. But taking that sort of a big investment when I've never made that money before, it really like put a lit a fire under my ass to like learn how to. That was the first time I ran ads. I learned how to sell via ads. I ran agency ads. I learned client acquisition. I learned like service delivery to a much more greater extent. So I'm honestly like so glad I did.
Well, dude, if you want, I can do you a big favor. I can charge you like another, few $1,000. Just keep that fire under you, man.
Yeah,
I'm more than
yeah,
happy to help and keep charging you money. Like I'm more...
yeah,
No, I love that, man. It's so good. It's so
yeah.
good. It's like sometimes you need that as well. It's when you make an investment. And honestly, man, hats off to you as well, like for being motivated, like not wanting to take advantage of our generosity, like the payment plan stuff like that. You've done, you've never missed a payment. You've always been like super good. So yeah, dude, and I really appreciate that. Just from side note, yeah, it's great.
I even messaged you when the payment didn't go through.
Yeah, yeah, exactly, man. You were just like, hey, man, I want it. Yeah, you're a great guy, dude. It's awesome. And so going back to the program itself, how hard did you find building it all out? How were any big problems with it or anything like that?
I think not being a tech guy myself, in the beginning, especially the system side of things, it's definitely a lot to do. Especially when you first sign up, I've spent this big amount of money, and now it's like there's all this stuff to do. Can I pull it off,
Mm.
right? But I think the way you've explained it, and also the fact that you keep updating it, it really helps. Um, just yeah, I think it's definitely a lot of work, but if you just stick with it, I think. I mean, I'm still surprised to this day how well it works, and like the stuff it does. It probably would have taken me hundreds of years to figure that out because it's insane the level of tech that is. It's crazy because it does so much, but it's not that tough to build out once you start to understand it a bit better. And obviously with the coaching calls, obviously I used to join a lot back when I first started. every single day just nagging you with questions of like, how does this work? How does that work? But obviously, you and your team as well, like everyone, Christian, super helpful. Like everyone's just been absolute. It's been amazing.
Yeah, man. This people worry they're gonna like annoy me or that like, dude, it's literally what you're paying me for. Like you're literally paying CCM to get this help. So don't be afraid to join, ask questions. We've got calls every day, right? So like anytime you get stuck, just come jump on and we can help you, man. No, I love it's what I'm here for. So yeah, don't ever feel bad for that. And obviously you haven't joined. And the beauty of it as well is that like I know that after the first month or so, like we haven't spoken on a call now for probably a couple months, to be honest. It's been a little while, right? Um, and so like once you've got everything built out, you don't need to keep attending the calls. You already understand a lot of it. And obviously with the videos that I create, I don't just give you the stuff. I give you the stuff, but I try to also explain how it all works. So then you can have the skills and you can make your own changes and do stuff and whatever else. So yeah, you've done a great job building it out as well, man. It's been really good. And how many setters have you got any setters right now, or are you doing it yourself still?
No, but I plan on hiring soon, so that's
Yeah,
exciting.
cool, man. Love that dude. Yeah, because even for yourself, like a lot of people, we actually spoke to someone the other day, and he was brand new, just kind of not brand new. He had a couple of clients. He was getting started, and he was like, "Look, his objection was that he felt the need to go and find a setter first, and like start doing it himself first, blah blah blah, and then you do it later on. But even if you're doing the calls yourself right now, and you don't plan to hire a setter right like straight away, just having the right systems in place." Can still massively benefit you even for your own day to day, you know? And people don't really see that way sometimes. So it's I'm glad you're hiring someone
Uh,
soon though.
I agree, and I think obviously I think this is some especially a bit of skepticism I had when I looked at all your testimonials and stuff, because obviously half these people are agencies that are doing really really well, the established businesses, and I wasn't. And I think the fact that I decided to do that early on, because I know that it would have taken me many 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 months, if not years, to get to this level, if I even do. I think if someone was seeing this and they were at my stage, just a couple of clients, if they've got a bit of money, I would highly recommend it because it saves you definitely a couple of months, if not years, rather than just going through all that pain. You essentially get the lesson without the scars. So
Mm,
I would highly recommend, yeah.
yeah, yeah, love that. That's great. And how's it all going now? How is the calling going? How's the system work? Is it all you said it was working well. Is it still going good?
Yeah, it's good. It's good. At the moment, I'm trying to integrate some AI stuff, the closed bot stuff, into the chats
Perfect.
because we're selling really well on chats. So I'm trying to make that work. So hopefully that turns out well. As I
Yeah, man.
mentioned, I'll be paying to me like paying off the CCM course is such a big deal. So I'll be paying that off this month. So I'm very very happy. It's part of my goals. So like I'm very happy. I'm very happy to do that. And then I'll be hiring a setter very soon. Probably in the next month or so. So yeah, it's I'm very happy. It's going good.
Dude, so good, man. Yeah, I love it. And what have you been your favorite parts of the whole program?
Definitely the coaching calls. I think you personally have given me a bit of coaching, not just on the call center stuff, but in general, like the agency stuff, giving me advice on the pricing, giving me advice on scaling. I know that's not what this course is for, but even that stuff is super helpful. Then obviously the systems is just absolutely mind blowing. The tech it's just insane. The stuff you can do that. And the fact that you guys like, I know there's a lot of courses that sort of do it once and they don't do anything afterwards, but you guys
Mm,
keep updating it. And you've actually been the first person I've ever seen say that product is more important. Because most people in the agency space, they just essentially sell, 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 but you're more focused on product. And I love that. Like, I agree. So yeah,
yeah. That's the beautiful thing about CCM is we attract people that think the same. If you think that it's just about getting more and more deals and you don't really care about your product, you're not going to buy CCM. You're not going to join the program. And so that means that we're not going to have people like that in the community, which is a good thing. Um, we don't attract the Stripe bros, the guys that share screen. Like we don't really attract that. We attract like these guys that are like, oh, I actually want to build something that works and that yeah, okay, it might be a bit hard up front, but it's gonna make me a lot more money in the long run. It's not as sexy as sales, but it'll make you a lot more money, right? Which is
yeah,
and the thing about updating the products as well, it's like again, it's true, dude. Like it's my look selfishly, right? there's a reason why I update the program. There's a reason why I keep trying to make it better and better and better. And it's because if it's better, it means I make more money. Like that's literally it, right? Like the more I can help you guys and the better the product is, the more money I make selfishly. And so I do it obviously because I want to help you guys as well. But I also do it because I know that if I make the product better and I keep improving it, the retention is going to be better, and it just builds the company, it grows the company, and that's the product is absolutely king. If you don't have a good product, it's hard to do anything else.
Yeah,
Um,
I agree. And I don't think that's selfish at all. I mean, you obviously, I think you could charge more, which is, it's crazy I'm saying that because I couldn't even afford the initial cost. But I honestly think you could charge way, way more for what you're doing. And I 100% agree because you are providing so much value. Like it's easily tens of thousands of pounds or dollars. So charging what do you charge is just, I think it's an absolute steal either way. So
Appreciate that, man. Thank you, dude. Yeah, I appreciate that.
yeah,
Is
no
there
worries.
any if someone's on the fence and they're watching this, maybe they're in the same situation as you, they've got maybe a couple of $1,000 or whatever they've got, and they're not sure if it's the right move. What would you say to recommend CCM?
I would say if you guys think that calling up your clients' leads is a priority and that's your next level, that's the thing you need to be doing, then there's no better product than CCM in the market. That is just, I mean, I'm not just saying that, like, I've genuinely looked outside, there's literally nothing. And it's not just that you're the only one, but you're also the best one. So I would highly, highly recommend it. You will make way more money than you can fathom just off joining this, and the team is amazing. Obviously, watch all the testimonials. They're all people. I mean, we know a lot of those people as well. They're on YouTube and all this stuff.
Yeah.
So I would highly, highly recommend it.
Yeah, that's and you said something really important there as well, and I want to touch upon that. If this is the right, like we'll have conversations with people. If you book us, for anyone watching this, if you book a sales call with my team, we don't just let people in. We don't not just like, yeah, come and join. It's we ask the questions we ask originally because we're like, is this actually the best thing for you? If right now you have no clients and you're struggling to get clients, like you don't need CCM, right? CCM's like if calling clients leads and getting better client results is actually going to help you retain, get more sales, that kind of then great. CCM's probably be a good fit for you. Um, but it's not the best fit for everyone. It really isn't. So I'm so glad you said that at the beginning. But yeah, if it is a good fit for you, um, my team, yeah, we will. It's worth it. Is what I'm trying to say. It's definitely worth it.
Yeah.
I'm glad you echoed that as well. Yeah.
Yeah. And can I just add one last thing
Please,
before?
please do. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I was gonna say obviously the financial aspect, like you make more money, but another huge thing which I've noticed is before, obviously most of your clients, not your clients, but just general agency clients have tried agencies in the past, and so usually they just keep skipping from agency to agency. Like one agency
Yep.
works, and after a while they go to the next one, and so there's no sort of emotional connection tied to that agency. But then the second you start doing this, your service becomes a lot more sticky because they can't be asked to start sit and start calling the leads again after this. Do you know what I mean? And on top of that, I've gotten messages here and there where they're like, I used to spend days and nights following up with leads and this and that. This has just made so much more sense, and I get to spend more time with my family, and I'm sending my child to a better school and this and that. So I think obviously the financial is one thing, but also the fact that your clients are just happier in general. They're like echoing, whenever I run ads now, I've got my clients going on the ads comments and be like, guys, apply, like it's one of the best things ever, that kind of thing. You would just not get that with just pure lead generation.
It's yes, absolutely, absolutely, especially the sticky part of it. It's like most agencies aren't offering this, which is mind-boggling. Um, And so when you do it, it's like you're now they have to go back to doing it's like such a pain. So even if you're getting slightly worse results or whatever else, like they're still going to stick with you, which is the key, right? We want them to stick with us and keep paying us and that kind of thing. So yeah, great end. Thank you so much for sharing that. Cool. Well, yeah, Addy, thank you so much, man. This is like genuinely like really appreciate you jumping on and just sharing your thoughts on how you found everything. Obviously, if you need anything, jump on the coaching calls, man. It's what we're here for. But yeah, have a great day, man. I appreciate it. Speak to you soon.